Welcome to the Stairway to Heaven. We're coming to you through the X Zone TV channel to bring insights into the ever-changing high-frequency currents now bathing the planet and affecting us all. The source of vital information for the evolving human being. I'm Gwilda Wiyaka. Embracing the shadow. In past episodes, we've addressed the rising ambient frequency of the planet, how it supports unity. We've discussed how the increasing bandwidths of light are decompartmentalizing our brains, bringing to light where we've disconnected from ourselves, and therefore all that is. Many of us are actively engaging in the current evolutionary process as we move through old emotions, memories, and beliefs which no longer serve. We're now reaching a stage in the process where we're confronted with some serious shadow work. It's time to look at what's taken up residence in all the spaces between our conscious and our unconscious. As a species, we've been mentally compartmentalized to one degree or another for nearly 15,000 years. During the lower frequency times, it was simply the way the brain needed to function. That's why we reportedly use such a small percentage of our brain's capacity. Nature hates a vacuum, so the question begs asking, what's camping out in the unused space in our brain? All of our worst nightmares. Just think of all the things we perceive as evil. Look around. What do we judge against? Where do we point the finger? There's nothing outside of ourselves that does not also exist inside, for we've co-created the reality we perceive. That's not to say we're mass murderers or intrinsically evil, just that the frequency of the ever-expression resides within as well as without. In polarized reality, we judge against things as being either good or bad. Then we attempt to be good and avoid bad at all costs. We apply this canned good-bad judgment to ourselves and all the events of our lives. There's an interesting verse in the Bible. God shall judge the righteous and the wicked, for there is a time for every purpose and for every work. That's from Ecclesiastes 3:17. While this is commonly interpreted as leaving judgment to a judgmental God, I would suggest that it alludes to the fact that we don't have the big picture. Only the laws of nature can currently discern what's appropriate and when. As we align ourselves with the laws of nature and follow our promptings without judgment, all of our acts can come from a balanced place. Nothing is consistently good or bad. When we judge against something as bad, we've greatly restricted our mobility and spontaneous expression. This approach results in shoving anything we've judged against firmly into denial and putting what we consider our best face forward. These denials become our deepest shame. They are the noxious soup bubbling in the space between our conscious and our unconscious. Anything we've disowned becomes distorted. As long as we have toxic distortion between the conscious and the unconscious, we run the risk of unconsciously acting out of this distortion. Yet, every frequency we have judged against and disowned are simply that, frequencies, which, under certain circumstances, are needed for appropriate action in the moment. Nothing is inherently evil, but frequencies taken out of their natural order become imbalanced, creating potentially disastrous results. How ironic! Judging against something as bad actually creates evil. I named the following Naji, which is Lakota for ghost or shadow self. Trapped in the dungeon of my own judgments, I can hear the tortured screams of my raw potentiality as it tries to break free. Disowned, unrecognized, invalidated, distorted by the lack of interaction with the whole, it fights for its life. The very struggle further identifies it as the enemy. Hideous writhings branded as a source of pain rather than the sufferer. I brutally stamp it down again, crush it back into the shadows of my denial, rise above its base promptings, regain my stability. But it shall rise again as surely as the sun on the morrow, for it is the greater part of me. How can we expect to have love and compassion for the world and all those in it if we do not have love and compassion for ourselves, including our shadow? As we delve into the shadows and decompartmentalize our minds, we may very well find the ghouls and demons we fear reside there are simply frightened children bearing amazing gifts. Thank you for joining me, Gwilda Wiyaka, on the Stairway to Heaven, where we provide updates on the energetic currents facilitating our evolution into conscious, powerful co-creators. Until next time, may you be blessed on your sacred path to wholeness. We are here. The time is now.